just put it right in, and then he can just do whatever he wants. But somebody came in the chat. Somebody came in the chat that I know, and I was excited. And the first time I came to this podcast, what did I say about my emotions?
Why am I?
They will not be silenced. My emotions will not be silent.
Hey everybody! Welcome to another episode of the Grand Slam in Spooktober.
Spooktober.
I'm here again. Of course, I'm back with Will and Robin. We got with Robin wearing a hat, a different hat than before, and with Will as Frankenstein this time. So.
Why? Like.
Oh my God! Robin is Doug Dimmadome, owner of the Dimsdale Dimmadome. That's Doug Dimmadome, owner of the Dimsdale Dimmadome. Doug Dimmadome, owner of the Dimsdale Dimmadome. Doug Dimmadome, owner of the Dimsdale Dimmadome.
Wait, are you Digadome? Not right. That's right. Doug Dimmadome, owner of the Dimsdale Dimmadome.
As you can see, I purposely made the hat a bit bigger so it could get off the screen.
Oh, I actually have a huge monitor, so I can tell you that hat goes 18 feet up in the air. My monitor is very large.
Yeah.
I've got the best monitor.
The big monitor. But we also got Wall Quaker. I know who that guy is. Thank you for the follow, my dude. Thank you.
Thank you for coming, friend.
Thank you all for coming. I see that we have a nice, good people around here today.
Well, friend, thank you for coming.
Thank you for coming. You know, of course, the simple question: how are you guys doing? How are you and Robin, Will? How are you guys doing?
I'm doing good.
You know,
drinking lemonade.
Yeah,
Nice.
I'm doing all right. It is a little bit warmer than I would like it to be. It's supposed to be fall, and oh yeah, Garuden, my monitor is much bigger than yours. But I'm just kidding. I've seen his monitor. It's huge. It's like 15 feet long. Yeah, it's you can see what he's playing down the block. Woof. Anyway, but it's supposed to be fall around here, and it don't feel like fall.
It's because we're dealing with the Hurricane Delta in the Gulf, so we're getting all the warm moisture from there.
Yeah, there's another hurricane.
At the same time, we're supposed to be getting a cold front coming in soon, which I don't know when that's supposed to happen, but
Really
not soon enough.
Yeah. Needs to come in real soon. But
because it's swampy out there. I mean, I walked outside for a little bit, and I'm not gonna lie. I was concerned. I was concerned for my life. We still got mosquitoes. They were flying in formation, V pattern. I saw them. I saw mosquitoes pick up a medium-sized dog. Okay, that's how bad it is. A medium-sized dog. This wasn't a Chihuahua where they could okay, yeah, cool. Mosquitoes can pick up a Chihuahua. This was like a medium-sized dog.
Chihuahua.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's bad.
I went outside and I swear I lost 13 pounds just from sweat.
Damn.
Well, you could stand to lose a few pounds. Said me. And what y'all don't know is I am quite rotund. Which is a nice way of saying I'm fat.
We're all fat here, I guess you can say. We all got a couple of pounds.
Oh my God, Sharknado! When fuck, please bring Lowered. Everybody, bow your head in prayer.
Okay.
Lowered, if you could bless us with a Sharknado, Lowered, that would just cap off 2020, Lowered, to be the absolute worst year ever. But with the Sharknado, Lord, it would at least be interesting. Thank you, the Lord.
And now we must speak to the true God. Oh, Lord Howard. God Howard.
God, Howard.
God, Howard. Hello, my children. I am God Howard.
In the name
You're going to buy Skyrim again. In the secret double, triple platinum edition with double rubies.
God Howard, when will we get Starfield?
You won't ever get it.
No!
Not in your lifetime.
Damn it!
No, but you're going to buy Skyrim. Now available on a Samsung smart refrigerator. The Samsung smart refrigerator.
Now I have to get it.
You have to get the Samsung fridge now.
I have to. I mean, it's what God Howard intended.
It is what I intend. You'll be able to play Skyrim as I wanted you to play it. On a Samsung smart refrigerator.
What?
Yes,
what about Skyrim 76?
Wait, so Todd Howard, you made
as Wizard Threadbook put.
So you're saying you made Skyrim before the fridge was invented? So your whole intention was to...
Do not question me. I know everything. I'm God Howard.
Don't get God Howard angry. Don't get God Howard angry.
You will quake with fear.
I'm quaking. I'm quaking.
I'm quaking in my boots.
Robin, I need to see you in the other room.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Not again.
Your friend doesn't realize what I am. I'm God Howard.
I know. It's
While
like,
they're talking in the other room, I do want to shout out my friend Wallquaker. He does sell wings back in the valley. So you in the valley are hungry for some wings, go get some wings from him because he's got some pretty good wings. I'll say that.
I can hear you. I love wings. I'm God Howard. He was doing a sponsorship, but because I'm God Howard, I could hear him. I like wings.
Right, now.
Hey, unrelated to God Howard, whom we all dearly love.
Yeah.
Dearly. Wiz is the Samsung Smart Fridge now with microtransactions to keep your milk from spoiling. Honestly, I would pay a lot of money if the food in my refrigerator didn't go bad. If I could just turn back time and be like, oh, hey, it's an apple. That apple is not edible. Oh, I can pay you $1 to have that apple.
So it's like when you get, there's the chance that your food might. Well, it's like if you want to keep your food from spoiling, you put in your money. It's like, oh, how many days is going to keep from spoiling am I going to get? Oh, it's another 2 days, not a whole month. Damn it! All right.
But you could pay $50 to make it last a
EA
week.
Games. EA Games challenge everything. It's the old motto.
in the
They don't
game.
say that motto anymore.
Skyrim, it's in the refrigerator. I opened the door and oh by golly, I got a bunch of cheese and a fucking goat.
That's a lot of
It's
gold.
just there in the crisper. Holy Jesus. I mean, not Jesus. God Howard. I totally meant God Howard. Good. Thank you, God Howard, for all of the blessings you have bestowed on me. Robin?
Welcome back to the show.
Okay.
Nice save.
What?
I'm
The Samsung Smart Fridge now with loot boxes only hit 99.99999% chance of it being Brussels sprouts.
But hey, you know what? I love a good Brussels sprout. You know, and because I keep the butter in the refrigerator, and because of course at midnight everything turns to Brussels sprouts, I do like having Brussels sprouts with my Brussels sprouts.
I will say though, Brussels sprouts oven cooked with maple and bacon, really fucking good.
What about
I will say.
What about Brussels sprout milk? Has anyone had Brussels sprout milk?
Why are you bringing up Brussels sprouts milk?
I don't know, because he said there's Brussels sprouts coming in your fridge after getting Skyrim on your Samsung fridge.
Oh, God.
Butter. Oh no, that's DLC.
Yeah, but when you get so when you buy the Skyrim, you buy the double triple platinum edition. It comes with all of the DLC. Now you get a discount. This is the important part. You get a discount if you buy the double triple platinum edition of Skyrim, and then you get the discount for the Butter and Bits DLC. Now you go, well, what's in the Butter and Bits DLC? Well, butter. That's important. But also, bits, like bacon bits, chocolate bits, leftovers mostly. And for $95, that's not bad because otherwise you're just eating fucking Brussels sprouts.
Now, if you order now, we will throw in a free batch of broccolini. Now, not a lot of people can get broccolini these days, but if you can order that now, we will get you a free batch of broccolini. How about that?
Also, if you pre-order it, you have you won't guarantee it, but you have a chance of paying a small fee of $300 to get the ultimate pack, which is super rare, limited supply. Because it's coming in different versions, and this is the best one. And it comes with not only the Brussels sprouts and that broccoli shit. No, it also comes with. Wait for it, ladies. Wait for it.
Oh, we're waiting. We're waiting.
So you gotta tell us.
A Brussels sprout keychain.
Oh my god!
That's right, ladies and
because
gentlemen. Brussels sprouts.
Brussels sprouts.
Only in limited time for a small fee of $300. Not just 100, not just 2 pennies, $300. If you get it now.
I'm sorry. I could just imagine from what Wizard's Bread book put. Double triple platinum Skyrim edition, now enabled with VR when you stand in the Samsung.
Well, no, because you see that way, when you're up in the north and it's got that snow, you feel like you're really there.
You do feel like you're really there,
and you're gonna feel like you're really there because, and here's the kicker, you can't fast travel while you're in the north, and when you're in VR and you're in the north and you're in the fridge, you can't fast travel because you're actually locked inside the fucking refrigerator. There is no handle to get out. It was a design flaw. They do not recommend it if you live alone. But Samsung Smart Fridge, well, sometimes dumb mistakes. But hey, if you want to really experience the north, well, you gotta fucking get in the fridge.
Wait, so does that mean that the only way to get out of the fridge is to leave the north side of Skyrim?
I'm sorry, I blanked out. I've been playing Skyrim for 98 hours straight. What did you say, Edgar?
So is the only way to get out of the fridge from it locking is to go out of the north from Skyrim?
Oh no, you're just stuck in the fucking fridge, bud. You should have planned ahead. But if you're gonna play Skyrim VR in the fridge with the Brussels sprouts and the butter DLC, you gotta fucking commit. You gotta commit. This isn't something that you just do because it'll be a heck of a time. No, you are Skyrim.
Now, are there bears in this new version of the game?
Only if you're a fat gay man.
Okay.
So if I played the game, I'm a bear. I know I don't sound like a bear currently, but gosh, buddy, I am. But if you buy the double triple platinum edition and you get the DLC, you could get a keychain. No. This isn't just the Brussels sprout keychain. This is different. You gotta buy another DLC special edition, but it's different. You get a keychain of a bear claw. And I do mean the donut. You get a small donut on a keychain. It is edible, but it is going to be a collector's item.
The keychain is what's holding onto the small little D thing is an actual sized bear claw.
Yeah, that's the thing. You know, a literal bear claw. They are murdering a lot of bears because you only get the 4 claws off of the bear, and there's over 500 of these fucking keychains. So that's a lot of bears.
Wait, I'm just hearing this now. I'm just hearing this right now. So, not only you get all of that package with the 300, there's a new tier, a brand new tier. It's called the Skyrim Ultimate Platinum Hoo-Ha Wubbity Doo. This diamond ain't your mama's diamond, but it might be your daddy's grand teriyaki chicken sauce edition. That will only cost you a small fee of not just 300, 500,000, nearly $1 million, $500,000 for this edition. But
I had not heard about this.
And the best thing that it comes with it comes with, it comes with all that. It comes with a not a steelbook. It comes with a piece of paper, and the disc is right there in the piece of paper. and the person who writes who draws it is not a fancy artist, but it's they found this it's from a kindergarten class, and they told all the kids to draw pictures of Skyrim for free.
So this is kind of like if you give 10,000 monkeys a typewriter, you'll eventually get Shakespeare. Yes. So these kids, you gave like 15 kindergarten classes some paper and paint, and they made a fucking masterpiece, didn't they?
Yes. So and they're in limited supply, even though they burned half of them. And
well, you gotta destroy some of the product to make it expensive. That's just supply and demand economics right there.
But it also does come with the Skyrim soundtrack, but it's only for your MP3 player.
Oh gosh, I do really love vintage audio.
Yeah,
man.
You know how like vinyl's coming back? We're gonna bring MP3 players back. So that's Skyrim's gonna start it, and of course you get the best thing you get, and also sorry I'm gonna continue talking about this stuff because I know Robin said he's having some audio technical difficulties, so I don't know if he fixed it or not. If you can hear it.
I don't know what was happening.
Okay, good. But let me go back to the Skyrim edition. So, as it has that paper from a child, it has that MP3 music for your MP3 player. It also has. Are you all ready for this? Are you all sitting down?
I mean,
I'm sitting down, bud, but I am only on the edge of the chair.
Buckle your seatbelts before I can't tell you this unless you are ready and buckled sound, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm ready. You gotta tell me, bud. I can't take the stress.
It's so with this super edition whoopala doobala jibba diamond. It ain't your mommy's diamond Skyrim, but it's your mama. It might be your daddy's Szechuan sauce deluxe edition. It's gonna give you. Ready for this? It gives you. Let me get close to the mic. It gives you. It's coming.
I can't fucking take it.
Yeah, I thought my audio was fucking up again.
It gives you a mountain. Get ready? A Mountain Dew empty can. But not just any empty can. It's a Skyrim Mountain Dew empty can.
Oh my god!
That's right.
You know they haven't made fucking Skyrim Mountain Dew in like a fucking decade and a half.
Indeed.
Oh my god.
And it's an empty can that they found at an old junkyard. And that's what's coming in it.
We've found all the empty cans of Skyrim Mountain Dew.
So with
we're going to give them to you for a small price.
Oh,
$500,000
golly, that's gonna be really good.
with
I gotta have that. I gotta have that.
all it is just $500,000, $500. Everyone has that, you know. Everyone's got that. What do you gotta do? Pay bills, get groceries. You don't need groceries. You got your Samsung fridge and your Brussels sprouts. That's all you gotta do is get that Skyrim Platinum Diamond. This ain't your mommy's Diamond Platinum Edition, but might be your daddy's Teriyaki Chicken Deluxe Hoopa Loopa Looba Dooba. Grab your dad from his love handles, and show him this is my Platinum Skyrim Edition. Boy, $500,000 for that. So buy now.
Oh my god.
Hell yeah.
Well, shit. I mean, I'm gonna go sell a kidney, cause I gotta get this. I gotta get this version. I also have to save up for a smart fridge. Robin?
Well, that was quite the infomercial. But it's almost like we're just a couple of guys clowning around. But speaking of clowns,
Oh yeah, speaking of clowns.
Nice segue.
That's a good one.
Well, speaking of clouds,
Speaking of clowns, we all saw a movie called
don't
Killer Klowns from Outer Space.
not like that impression of Krusty the Clown.
hey kids.
God.
Hey kids, so Wizard Beelrock said, so Steve is in Smash Bros now. What does that mean for the new Minecraft update and Koopa Troopas?
Oh hey, Wiz, it's funny that you talk about that because we actually covered that in last week's episode.
Yeah.
We covered Steve, and we would very much urge you to go back. Hey Edgar, you wanna post the link to the people?
Post the link again? Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead and post the link to the people. That's our YouTube, and you can go back and watch that. And as a special treat in that episode, not only do we talk about Steve, but we also talk about a magical piece of cinema. It's a great piece of cinema. What did we watch last week?
We saw The Blob 1988. We saw that one. Yeah.
But I didn't watch that. I didn't get the memo. I watched Craigifer Jones and the Not So Safe Big Ass Lizard Resort, which Spielberg fucking ripped off when he made Jurassic Park. But Craigifer Jones and the Not So Safe Big Ass Lizard Resort was made first. And I talk all about Craigifer Jones and the Not So Safe Big Ass Lizard Resort. But go ahead, click the link when we're done here. Maybe click it, open. Yeah, Big Ass Lizard Resort. Yeah, and it's great cinematography. So open that in another tab. Don't watch it yet. Watch us here, but you definitely got to go back and hear our fucking just cutting conversation about Steve.
Maybe subscribe to the channel also.
Yeah.
You can also
yes, give us subscribe to the YouTubies, and then sometimes you're busy, you can't see us live. We understand. We get it. You gotta harvest turnips and whatnot in your video games, but here that way you can, if you can't catch us live, you can catch us on the YouTubies, because Edgar, he does the work. I'm just the sexy voice around here. And Robin's the wild card!
Wild card, bitches! Yeah!
Alright.
Absolutely. And also, if you do see it, if you get the chance to see any of those movies, comment in that video. Tell us what you thought of Craigifer Jones. Tell us what you thought of The Blob. I want to see that. Because I'm going to give it a heart. And I'm going to like it. And I'm going to say, hey, I like your opinion. Or, hey, I don't like it. Who knows? Anyways, back to this movie we saw called Killer Klowns from Outer Space, which came out the same year as the Blob that we last talked about. 1988.
Yeah, I noticed that. I noticed the year, and I was like, "That's a fun coincidence." It's we didn't plan that, by the way. That was just like, "Oh, we ought to see this movie too," and it's the same year.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. Like, I thought the actor that was playing one of the Ice Cream Man, I thought that was the same actor who was playing the sheriff in The Blob, and I was like, "Wait, hang on, I have to go look it up." And I'm like, "No, it wasn't him." Like, I just know the guy who played the sheriff in The Blob is the guy who plays he plays Gus in the Walking Dead, like the very first 2 seasons of the show. Yeah. So.
And the sheriff in this movie, Killer Klowns from Outer Space, he's the dean in Animal House.
No, I knew he looked familiar.
Yeah, he's the dean.
Cause his voice. Because I was hearing his voice, I'm like, where's that guy from?
Delta House, double secret probation.
But
wait, which character was this again? Sorry, there was something.
The sheriff. Well, he's not the sheriff. He's like the old cop in Killer Klowns. He's the same actor that played Dean Warner, something like that, from Animal House.
Okay, that's right. Okay, I'm trying to click because it's been a while since I've seen Animal House. So.
Well, I was just saying that's where the actor was from. We're not going to talk about Animal House. That's not the movie we talked about. Unless maybe next week it is. But it won't be. Because we're talking about spooky stuff.
Spooky. I am looking at the production design person who did the movie. You know, the production stuff, all the practical effects and everything in it. This person also, his name is Charles Chiodo. I'm hoping I'm saying that last name right. But he did, he's known for Killer Klowns. He did Critters, he did visual effects for The Lost Boys, and he was part of Team America World Police.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And I'm like, ooh, okay. But yeah, well, while we're doing that, what did we all think of Killer Klowns from Outer Space?
I liked it. I liked the movie. It's God, it's so fucking 80s. That movie is so fucking 80s. It, like, from the start, like, the obligatory 1980s makeout scene at, like, Lover's Point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The fucking archetype of, like, the old hayseed farmer with a dog. You know, just like, well, what the hell was that, boy? And then, like, hooey, that could be the Halley's Comet. And then, like, they run off to look for the thing. And it's just like, it's a B movie. Maybe they didn't mean to make it a B movie, but it is a B movie. But it's like they meant it to be.
Yeah,
it's not good, but they know it's not good, and it's funny to me.
Yeah, it definitely is one of those B movies, like those very low. I guess you could say low budget on it, because you can tell there was a lot of effort put into this film, with a lot of the design. They had like a not prosthetics, but like they added movement to the clown's mouth and for some reason their ears. But they had a lot
but not their eyes.
Yeah,
you know.
Which was weird. And
it had a budget of almost $2 million.
Really?
Yeah.
It was 1.8 million.
It looked like, you know, the design stuff they went with. It looked pretty at least for the time, it looked like that would easily go over 1 million at least.
Yeah, at the time of it. I wouldn't say, because I guess for me, the movie was okay, but I understand why people like it and how it's got its traction through the years over it. I could see how it's a B movie, and I can't say this is lazy because there's a lot of effort they put into this movie, like so much. I guess
Like,
go for it.
I just thought, like, the overall movie, like, it was kind of to me, but it wasn't like, oh no, I'm not gonna watch this again. Like, this is a movie I'd probably see myself watching again if somebody were to like, oh yeah, I'm gonna put it on. Do you want to watch it? I'm like, yeah, whatever, I'll watch it. But yeah, like, there's a lot of, I do like some of the campiness of the movie. I like some of the humor that's in it. I was almost gonna get upset that the two ice cream guys were almost gonna be gone, and I was like, oh, thank God, because I actually like those characters. But I don't know. I could also see why, because over the years I've heard about this movie because people have told me, like, who are scared of clowns, would say, like, oh yeah, this movie is the one that made me kind of scared of clowns.
Oh yeah, quick
and
thing.
It's like,
yes, Will is right in the chat. This is a spoiler discussion because it's an old movie, but I feel like a lot of people have seen this one. But if you haven't, it's on Netflix, so you could go watch it there. It's like an hour and a half long. It's not a long movie, but
there's really not a lot of stuff that's kind of note spoiling because there's nothing big that happens in it. But
I guess
it's just your
but I guess, like, the parts that I really liked, like the ones that were really interesting, were the more interesting kind of kills.
Oh yeah, this movie's incredibly campy. Like, it's so camp. It's so good the way these fucking okay, they're clown aliens.
Yeah,
these are aliens
that are clowns.
I did like that one part where they went inside. They were going inside to rescue the love interest, and then they were trying to figure out why did they come here. And like it was like that part where it was like, what if like they're old astronauts, and that's where we got like they're ancient alien astronauts that came here long ago, and that's where we get the idea of clowns. And like the last one before everybody just shut up was or maybe they're just making a quick pit stop. They're just getting something to eat for a snack. And then silence. It's like, okay, we're gonna go this way, and then like, all right.
Yeah, but I like the one. I guess the ones that are the kills they have in the movie. The ones that I like are the ones that don't always involve the gun. I always like the ones where, like, the one with the one that was kind of like funny for me was why am I saying? It's where the clown was coming in with his tricycle, but it made like a motorcycle sound, and he just comes fighting in, and he's like, "What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Knock my head off?" And the guy's reaction.
My favorite.
Where he's like, "Damn," and they just go away.
Yeah.
like not many people are screaming, but they're running, and his reaction was not like, "Oh my god!" It's like, "Damn," and he just goes away.
I think my two favorite kills in the movie was when it was the clown doing the shadow puppets.
Yeah.
And then
that was
captured them with his hands. And then my favorite one was when they were throwing pies at the security guy, and he just fucking melts.
Yeah.
In pie, which I'm guessing they were like acid pies because they didn't really like explain it all that much with that one. But
nothing is explained in the movie.
Nothing.
Exactly.
Nothing's explained. So, okay, my favorite. Okay, not my favorite, but the one I took notes on. I took notes on this movie, guys.
I was so tempted to put. I was so tempted to write notes, but it was like, I don't know. I was watching the movie like, wow, okay.
Okay, there are 3 things that I found that really, really amazing with the killings, right? So, first off, the creepy the creepy child kidnapping clown
Yeah.
who shows up to the diner, and he's outside, and he's like with a single finger like beckoning this child to like leave her food and her mom and come outside to be with the clown. And like he's got a hammer, like a mallet.
Yeah.
Like a mallet behind his back. And I'm like, and the whole time I'm watching, I'm like, you better fucking not. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, do not go to that creepy, clearly child kidnapping clown, who we know is an alien, but the child doesn't, right?
Yeah.
And then the mom, like at the last second, like grabs her daughter's hand while she's at the door, having not noticed for a considerable amount of time that her daughter is leaving to go outside.
And also-
and it's just like,
and
where
also
do you think you're going? You gotta eat your dinner first. And I'm like, oh, thank God, Mom.
And
Good
then
job.
also,
Okay.
everyone outside didn't even notice the clown, or like anyone
Yeah.
pointed out the kid was like going over there.
No one looks out a giant window? No one. At no point
Yeah.
in this entire dining scene was anyone like, hey, why the fuck's a clown out there with clearly a giant red mallet
Like they're eating,
beckoning this child?
like they're eating. Like, honey, do you notice that that clown that's outside? A very creepy clown. Looks like he has
Honey,
something
don't
behind
look at the clown. Honey, don't look at the clown.
But-
Smoke your fucking cigarettes.
But
How
there's a kid right there. That stupid kid is gonna go over there.
It's probably his uncle. It's probably his uncle. Her uncle. The
True.
kid's uncle. Maybe it's the clown. I don't know. It's the 80s. It's fine.
It's the 80s.
It's fine. It's the 80s.
fine.
Anyone dies.
It's the 80s. We could die tomorrow. Who gives a shit?
But yeah, that scene. And then when the mom pulls the kid back, the clown is like,
It was like,
and like leaves, just
Yeah.
leaves, and I'm like, okay, given what we know about the movie 2020s in hindsight, these alien clowns are super strong, can be shot in the chest and be perfectly fine. This clown couldn't have just walked in and just gone ham with a mallet, just
Yeah, I was about to
Batman,
say.
and just mallet these people. But you know what? Fine. They want to be sneaky.
But at the same time,
That-
their weakness is their nose.
Yeah, their weakness is their nose. If they get
but, like,
hit in the nose.
the only person that knows that at the time when that one clown is at the diner is the one sheriff guy.
Yeah, the one.
But
who
even that, I don't.
Where he used to date the main girl. And-
Yeah, that whole weird ass relationship. First of all, can we talk about how the fact that these fucking actors are supposed to be in high school?
None of
Or are
them.
they in
no-
college?
No, they're in college. That's
They're
why,
in college.
Oh yeah, it's
okay.
a college town. It's
Yeah,
a college
It's a
town.
college
It's a
town.
college town. That's
Okay,
what-
because I you're right. That fact was lost on me.
Because it is
part of me
confusing
was
sometimes you forget
because they
things.
talk about, oh, I know him from class, and I'm like, you are 32. Like,
Yeah.
you. And so I'm like, in my head, I'm like, if they're trying to be high school kids, they're not even fucking trying. But I was like, you know what, you're right. It's a college town. That's why fucking Dean Wormer is like, I hate you college punks.
Why does the sun have to come out right now? Because I'm getting like a light like coming at my face.
Speaking of Dean Warner, like, why is he just so convinced that the whole town is just in on the bit of like, oh yeah, we're totally gonna fuck with the sheriff.
I was like,
about-
dude. I was like, wouldn't you be like very suspicious if like everybody's saying like there's something going on in town, we need your help, and instead he's drinking a Jack Daniels like the entire night. Saying, like,
And smoking a cigar, which I'm gonna point out as somebody who worked in the tobacco industry for a year, he didn't light correctly, and that really upset me. I was just like, you didn't even light that right. You couldn't have taken an extra 2 seconds to actually get a good light. That doesn't matter, but it was upsetting to me. Yeah, and he's just sitting in the damn jail, and he's just like, everybody's in on it but me. Everybody's 2,000-year-old pharmacist calls you and is like, Sheriff, I think I've got a little bit of a problem here. And he's like, you must be in on it too, Mr. Busby, or whatever the fuck his name is. And then he's murdered. And it's like, okay, there's the pharmacist is 2,000 years old. He was here before the town was here. He had a pharmacy. Why do you think he's in on it?
Like, the clowns just go on a massive genocide of this small college town. And, like, it just kind of ends on that note. Like, oh yeah, these three are the last ones that survived this tragic thing. That we don't know why they're there. We just know that, like we get that small explanation, not even explanation, it just was like, they're in the cocoons.
Mm-hmm.
Being liquidized, by the way. Okay, let's talk about the cocoons. Can we talk about the cocoons?
The cotton candy cocoons?
They're made of cotton candy, but when you get wrapped up in the cotton candy cocoon...
I think I cut them.
What? What's going on?
God. I think the Discord was fucking up while I was talking. But like they commit mass genocide in this town, and then like out of nowhere, like they're just like the kids those are the last people to have survived it.
Yeah.
I don't.
It's and then they end it where it's like, are they still? I'm like, do you think they're still out there? And like, I don't know. And then like it just a freeze frame of all of them getting pied in the face. And I'm like, and then. Is it the acid pies, or was just like that was supposed to be like an end for like a blooper or something?
Well, I'll tell you this: in 2018, Sci-Fi, the Sci-Fi channel, announced that they were in talks to purchase the rights to the film in order to produce a sequel. Okay. So there might be a shitty sci-fi version of Killer Klowns from Outer Space 2. No. We back at it again, boys.
Like what they're doing
coming
with
down the pike.
It's like what they did with Critters. They had them on Shudders, that horror Netflix kind of thing. They got like I think it was like they got the rights for that Critters movie, and then they made a fourth one for the fans. But also apparently there's a 3D park ride. Because you know how because Universal does like this Halloween theme thing for their park, and for 1 year they did it for Killer Klowns from Outer Space, so they had like a small like park, like a small like a 3D ride for them.
Man, like there is a big fan base for this movie. I mean, it is a cult classic, so I mean it's like that's kind of cool that they did that for such a small B movie.
Yeah, and as you were saying, because I have friends who, if it wasn't it that scared him as a kid, it was Killer Klowns from Outer Space that traumatized him to give him that fear of clowns.
It's not even that scary though.
No,
it's not. But that's because we don't have a fear of clowns either.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Like, I will say, like, the way the clowns look, they just kind of look like the scary, quote-unquote, scary clown mask you get from Walmart or from, like, a Halloween store.
Like, if anything, the creepiest and quote-unquote scariest one was that giant one at the very end.
Oh, like the king or something?
Oh, yeah, Jojo? His name is Jojo.
Yeah, it was... I think Jojo was played by one of the brothers that produced this film.
Oh damn!
Because I looked it up on Wikipedia. And, one of the
his full name is Jojo the Clownzilla.
Yeah.
Oh.
Also, strange little thing: Christopher Titus, the comedian, is in the movie. He's Bob McReed. Also a thing, and this is on Wikipedia. I'm just reading it as I see it. Grant Kramer. The love interest who's not the cop, plays a character whose name is Mike Tobacco.
The fuck?
Oh, what?
His name's Mike. The Wikipedia says the character's name is Mike Tobacco. So
Okay.
that's fun. But okay, here's the thing. How this movie is 1980s, and it's very 1980s, and it's 1980s and it's camp. Some of the dialogue in this fucking movie in the very beginning, when they just they're looking for the circus tent. Well, they don't know it's a circus tent yet. I don't believe in UFOs, but if it exists, then this might be one right now. And I'm like, okay, well, thank you for explaining that this is aliens in the most ham-fisted way. And also, oh god, I had another quote. At the very end, do you think it's over? And then a pie falls from the sky.
I was talking about
we brought it up earlier, but it's like, that's just... because you know they wanted to, do a sequel, but they just never did. Because it's a cult classic, which means it didn't do that well. Let's look it up. Critical response.
It was put in development hell, is what I've read.
Damn.
For a sequel. Until sci-fi, the thing with sci-fi started.
Yeah. I feel like they're gonna. I feel like if it's not sci-fi, it's gonna be that the Shudder service.
There's gonna be a sequel of this. Eventually.
It just depends. It's either gonna be sci-fi who's gonna produce it, or that Shudder streaming service. It's gonna be one or the other. It's gonna be one of them who's gonna do the sequel. I'm surprised there hasn't been. I guess it's because I don't know. For me, I've heard about it a while ago, but I feel like it didn't get its big it had its big people, but I didn't feel like it went fully mainstream until recent, last year or 2 years ago.
Oh no, I've heard about it almost my whole entire life.
I guess.
Yeah, I mean, no, it's
because I guess before it's I always heard it's something when it was coming out, it was that's when it was big, but it's
I've heard of
it was a couple of years ago when there was merchandise they were selling of Killer Klowns, and then the Funko Pops came out for them recently. So I guess that's why I'm okay, there's something there it's coming back, I guess.
Well, Funko, you have to consider Funko Pops is it's those are fairly newer. Mm-hmm. So it's they had to do a bunch of other stuff to get out of the way, and also not to get out of the way, but you also have to know that Killer Klowns from Outer Space is such a niche audience.
Yeah.
Compared to Marvel, compared to Star Trek, compared to Star Wars, of course it's gonna be a while and until we would see Funko Pops of Killer Klowns from Outer Space.
And I guess that's how you can consider it a B-class movie, because a lot of those, it's they get their followings after years, even if they didn't do that well.
I never thought I would fucking see a Night at the Roxbury Funko Pops, and they made those. So it's I think it's not there was a resurgence. I think it's just they just happened to come out at this moment. So. But no, it's I've always seen it around, whether it's at a movie not a movie theater, at a video store in the past, or if I was skimming through Netflix and I saw it and I was I'm probably not going to watch this because I just don't think it's going to be all that interesting.
Yeah.
Until I hear people talk then I remember from people in the past talking about how it traumatized them because of the clowns, and then when we started doing the show and then you brought it up, or I was the one who brought it up, yeah, let's watch it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, technically Will was the one who brought it up to me to ask if we can do that.
True.
And since it was my turn, I was yeah, let's do Killer Klowns.
Mm-hmm. And I wouldn't say I wouldn't really say I regret watching this movie. It was more that now that I understand, I may not like it. I think it was okay, I guess.
Now, if there was a movie I regret watching, it's Society.
God, it was weird. That was weird, but with Killer Klowns, I guess for me it's just it was it was okay for me, but I don't. I can understand the following it has. I can understand like this movie for like a kid, like that person growing up with this movie that gave them that fear of clowns. Instead of like, because people would always say like, oh, I got scared of clowns because of Pennywise and stuff. But but then like other people were like, other friends of mine would tell me like, oh no, it wasn't it that scared him. It was Killer Klowns from Outer Space that started it. And I'm like, really? And I'm like, I've never heard of it. And then like finally see it, I'm like, I can kind of see like, I can see why people.
If you were a kid,
yeah, if you were a kid,
yeah,
I guarantee, like, if I saw this as a kid, I probably would have that. I would be scared of it. Hell, I was scared of when I was.
I would be scared of clowns if I would have saw that as a kid. Yeah. Honestly,
I was scared of Chucky for the longest time as a kid. Like
it was kind of like whenever when I was part of the cinema show a long time ago. It was before you came along, Edgar. Mm-hmm. We decided, because the new It movie was coming out, we decided, oh yeah, we're gonna watch the original It, and then we'll watch the new one. And I watched the original one, and I was like, what? This is when I was a sophomore, I think, in college.
Yeah.
And I was like, this isn't that scary. This is actually really funny.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
But it's one of those movies. I guess it's one of the movies like, yeah, if I were a kid, I'd probably be scared of it, and it would have probably gave me that fear of clowns. But I guess for me personally, the movie that got me real scared, to get a fear of stuff was Chucky. Like Child's Play was the one that gave me the fear of like dolls, like glass dolls, like those glass antique like humanized dolls.
Oh, you mean the ones that are filled with like children's souls and are like, play with me, Edgar.
Yeah, one of those.
Play with me, Edgar. Play with me.
Play with me.
And then they chase you around with a hatchet, which they produced. I don't know where they got the hatchet, but they found one.
Where did I cut off? With the It thing.
You were just like, oh god, like laughing, and then like that's when you stopped.
Well, because I was saying I said that when I saw the original one, it wasn't so much scary at all. Mm-hmm. It was just really funny.
Yeah.
That was ultimately what I was trying to go up to, because it was like, I could understand if I was a kid and I watched this, like this is fucking terrifying. But you watch it now, and it's not just campy, but it's just like you start questioning, like, why are they doing all of this? like you start questioning it from a film perspective, and then like writing perspective, and it's like thinking, this is not that good.
Yeah, it's like, why are they here? Why like this? Why that? I'm like, you're just giving, and it's like not even like good questions. It's like, what the fuck's going on? Why that? Like, just why? Like,
at least with the original It, like when I watched it, I was like, after we were done, I was okay. I can live without watching this again, because this was not that good. Mm-hmm. No disrespect to Tim Curry. Tim Curry was really good as Pennywise, but there was how it was written.
They float. They all float. Come on, Georgie.
God damn.
A lot of clowns. Hey kid, you want a balloon?
No, balloons! Can we talk about the fact that in the Killer Klowns from Outer Space, they have a balloon animal bloodhound?
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yes, that was great. I'll be honest, I actually really liked that.
I loved it.
At first I was wondering, I'm like, why are they shooting them with popcorn? I'm like, I get it, they're clowns, but I'm like, what's with the popcorn? And I like how the popcorn was like their way of like finding them, like they're like a trace to find them, and then they just made a balloon dog to go catch them.
Like, I was just wondering, like, what is it? Is it gonna like turn into like a complex gun or something?
Yeah.
And then like when they're done with it, it's like, oh, that's it. It's just a dog. And like, I just thought, oh, it's just a regular balloon dog, and then it starts barking, like, oh my god!
And also, apparently, the popcorn's alive and turns into like small alien clown heads.
Yeah,
Yeah.
small alien clown. They're like eggs, small little eggs.
Yeah, and it was I was like, weird.
Also, can we talk about the lady killer clowns from outer space?
Oh yeah.
When the brothers fall from the ceiling into
We don't
a ball
see-
pit that makes sounds like a jacuzzi.
Yeah.
And the lady killer clowns from outer space, one of their boobs inflates
No,
to
both
be
of them.
larger. They both do, because I saw one of them do it, and I was just
Oh, yeah.
scribbling notes, and I was like, the lady clowns and their tits blow up, and I was like, that's so camp. I love it. I love this so much. And they make out with the brothers
Yeah.
heavily.
You don't see
Heavily.
you don't see them get made out, but like when they come back and you see them alive, like their faces. All
Their faces are all covered in lipstick smooches. Their clothes are torn apart.
And don't they say something when they land in the ball pit like "Hello, ladies" or something?
Are you
Yeah, like
are,
that?
are you somebody? Are you the
No,
lady
like,
character's roommates?
Oh yeah. Are you,
Yeah, that's it. Are you what's her name's roommates?
Are you
And
the
then like
roommates?
they just go at it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh
And
man.
then we never see the lady clowns ever again.
Nope.
And they aren't referenced again. Nobody asks these guys what's with all the lipstick and why are your clothes torn.
Yeah.
It was
Also,
just
how did you get the ice cream truck to plow through
Yeah.
the spaceship?
Yeah, none of those questions get answered. But what we do get to know is that in one of these clowns has to drive a tricycle. Another clown just mimes driving a motorcycle on the freeway and is just hovering there
And he's fighting
with
this other
headlights. And he with headlights on his feet. He has headlights strapped to his feet, and he's just fucking nails this guy's car off the freeway.
Also,
Doesn't even like cocoon him.
Yeah,
but the other question
just
is,
to kill him.
you know how the clown spaceship blew up, right? Well,
Yeah.
how did the cop find the clown car? Because the clown car was outside of the building that they were
That's
inside.
a good point.
Because the clown car was outside of the building, and I'm like, wait, and they see it fall down. I'm like, wait, how did they get how was the clown car inside? Is there other clown cars? Is there more than just one?
Maybe here's a theory. Maybe after the brothers and the two lady clowns hook up, maybe they all go outside. The lady clowns bring in the clown car. The brothers bring in the ice cream truck. They hug. They give one more kiss. They say goodbye. The lady clowns drive it to the appropriate location, which is coincidentally where the final battle takes place. And then that's it. The brothers drive the freaking ice cream truck through, and
Which I don't know how, because it's like if the farmer was almost able to break his hand on the exterior of the tent, how is it able to break through the tent?
Yeah.
And why is it cinder blocks? What? Like, did you notice that the way that the ship was made out of cinder block?
I didn't even see that.
Yeah, it was like, it wasn't even made out of like spaceship metal or whatever the hell that it was made out of. It's just like, oh, it's cinder block.
And you can tell like where the set of like all the clowns were at, like their spaceship was all like a small studio they had, and they just moved around sets to put in place.
I mean, they probably filmed a lot of it, in an actual town. Probably like the producer's hometown or some nearby town by the studio.
Yeah.
And then then the inside of
the clown spaceship was in like inside a studio.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like they actually went to a forest and all that.
Yeah, which is really weird. But that was just bizarre. But my question is like, even with the popcorn, I'm like, turning into those clown heads is like, what makes the clown heads popcorn turn to clown heads? Because the other dude, the girl that she was, the dude that the girl was hooking up with, he had popcorn stuck on him too. Wouldn't the popcorn clowns come out at that time?
I don't know. I think they were just trying to focus on like, I guess just the one person, because it's like she's the only person that wasn't really dealing with all the other shit until after dealing with the spaceship at the very beginning, and we don't really see her until the very end, really, like dealing with this stuff and with the clown worms or whatever they are.
Because they came out of that other trash can when the pizza guy was just not the pizza. That guy that works at like a party place.
I will say I did like it was like the pizza porno reference when they killed that one girl. It was funny. I liked that. It was just like that kind of got me a bit.
The which one? The pizza porno?
Yeah, where it was just they were saying like they were like pizza and there was like some blonde girl. It was like, I ordered a pizza and she's wearing like.
Oh yeah, okay.
Like some like pajama thing with a glass of wine.
Yeah.
And it's like the basic trope. It's like, oh, I don't have any money to pay for this. Is there any way else I could pay for this pizza?
There was also that scene where,
but of course, the aliens just kind of like shot her and cocooned her.
There was that also weird one where they had like a puppet show come on. And
the puppet show was amazing.
And the guy's like, and the clowns are like just doing that, and then I was like, whoa, what the fuck? And then you have the other one where they go to the door. The woman is not creeped out at all of these fucking clowns, and they give her like this heart thing, and you're like, "Aw, thank you." I'm like, Jim, did you do this for me? And then she.
Did we talk? I had to be gone for a second. I had to take a call. Did we talk about the pizza delivery? The one like it's the start to like almost the start to a bad 80s porn.
Yeah.
And it's like and the aliens who don't speak, they're like the whole time, but they know how to say pizza. And it's like,
But they also
pizza.
know how to. But one of them also knew how to mimic some other voice.
Yeah, they mimic Mike Tobacco's voice.
Yeah.
And the what it was this Dean, the Dean's voice.
Yeah, Dean Wormer, who's actually Cop Wormer.
Oh yeah, where that now I remember it's that scene where
it was like a ventriloquist.
Yeah, where he's doing like making him a puppet. And
he's
hand,
like,
in his back, he's like da 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 da. He's like, we just here to kill you. Rah, rah,
and then he takes his hand out, throws him on the ground, and his hand's all bloody.
And he goes, and then he shoots him in the nose, and he spins around and explodes.
Oh god, this movie!
Yeah. But
it's so bad. It's good. Yeah. It really is.
What are we rating it?
Yeah, I do have. I do have one question. They were killing everyone and turning them to cotton candy. Why didn't they make the main girl into a cotton candy? Besides, obviously, keeping her because she's one of the main characters.
Well, I figure two things. They turn some people into cotton candy for immediate consumption. Because the cotton candy turns them into, like, liquid blood, Kool-Aid, whatever they're drinking.
Yeah.
And I guess they put them in the balloons because they're not dying in there? Like, she says I couldn't breathe, but, like, I don't know if that's, like, I don't know what kind of oxygen. Well, I don't know. Is it some kind of alien gas or something that's in there, and it's just gonna, like,
she should have been dead
keep them alive, but, like,
maybe that was a way to, like, make them, like, it's like that's their way of getting them ready to, like, dissect them or some shit.
Or maybe it's them vacuum packing them.
Maybe.
You know, you vacuum pack them and then you can turn them into Kool-Aid later.
You vacuum pack them, you put them in your Samsung fridge, and then you
You play, and then you go vampire, and you fight the Dawn Guard, and that way your food is still fresh later on.
Yeah, maybe the people they have in the balloons were for like they eat them instead of drinking them like the cotton candy ones. Maybe. I don't know. I don't fucking know. This movie goes nuts.
But if I had to rate this movie, I'd give it a 3.5 star because it was campy. It was very 1980s. Fucking bad archetypal characters where it's like, it has Dean Werner in it. Come on, guys.
Yeah.
That alone is like, that's a 3.5 star all day. It's not a 4. It's not a 4. Like, I wouldn't watch this movie like every single year. Like, oh, it's Halloween, I gotta watch Killer Klowns from Outer Space. No, but it's like if it stays on Netflix for a while, like, and I'm bored one night, I'll watch it again.
Yeah.
But like, it's not a cinematic masterpiece. It's not Craigifer Jones and the not so safe big ass lizard resort.
Robin, what would you rate it, Robin? Robin.
I cut off again. I'd say I'd probably give it like. I'd go with Will on this 3.5 out of 5. It is really campy. It's not the best movie that I've seen, but if somebody else was like, oh, I'm gonna watch it, you want to watch it with me? I would say, yeah, sure, why not? Because it's not like, oh, I'm never gonna watch this movie ever again because it's so bad. It's like, no, there's some good qualities in it that I'm like, I could watch it again, but I'm not gonna be like, oh, I'm super stoked to watch Killer Klowns from Outer Space.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's where I'm at. 3.5 out of 5 stars.
4.5. Not bad.
Edgar?
My rating is gonna be, it's lower than your guys, but I give it a 2.5 stars out of 5. It's not. I don't hate the movie. There was a lot of effort put into the film, especially with the budget they had. I enjoy the creative kills they had. I would have wished for more of those really wacky clown like ones instead of them just using the gun to shoot them. I would have liked more of their like the circus clowny way of them killing people. The script itself is all over the place, but it's not like horrible that I wouldn't watch it again like that. To mimic the same thing you guys were saying, if I were with a group of friends and no one's seen this movie and they're like, oh, I want to watch this movie, I'm like, and we get a couple of beers and we just like we drink while we watch the movie, I'm like, yeah, I'd watch it again with friends.
Yeah, I mean, it's not Inception.
Yeah, it's not. It ain't your like Oscar bait movies, but if you want to watch a really goofy movie or like as Will says, it's so bad that it's a good movie. For Halloween, I'm like, yeah, go watch this one. I'm like, it's not for everyone, but it's a movie that like, yeah, watch it with a couple of friends or watch it on your own. Like, have some food with you, drink some beers, whatever, and have yourself a blast. But yeah, 2.5 stars.
I like this Craigifer Jones title that Will sent me when I was telling him about my opinion of the movie. It was like Craigifer Jones and the King of the Magical Bracelets.
Yeah, Craigifer Jones and the King of the Magical Bracelets. Do I need to go into that, or do you know what that is?
I would say like a quick synopsis.
Okay, Craigifer Jones and the King of the Magical Bracelets. So like, they live in this fantasy world. Obviously, it's different from ours. But there's humans. There's hobbits. There's goblins, and there's this really big eye. It's this eye. It lives in a condo. It's a gated community. It is not a good neighborhood. It's filled with a lot of unsettling people. Anyway, this guy, he's an eye. He wasn't always an eye. He made these bracelets that are magical, and he gave them to different people from the same neighborhoods, and they're magic. But he made a secret bracelet for himself, and that bracelet was more powerful than the other bracelets. Anyway, blah blah blah. Long story short, they got to throw this bracelet into like a volcano. So like the Hobbit is like, hey, I'm Craigifer Jones. I'll throw this bracelet away. And everyone's like, Craigifer Jones, you're a hobbit. We don't think you can. And this wizard, his name's like Harry Potter, he shows up and he's like, no, we could do it. And like he's got a friend named Tim Tebow. His last name is never given. Anyway, Tim's like also a wizard, but like not a good one. But we learn that later. And like Tim's like, what if we just, help out the big eye? And the big eye's name is like Steven. Steven. I think that's his name. Because everyone's like, oh no, here comes Steven. And it's like a big deal. And so like then they meet like these Confederate cavalry officers or something. They're guys on horses, and they are not friendly. Oh, also there's a hobo who's like actually a king, something like that.
Weird.
Because he's just like, where's he from? Up north. What does that mean? I don't know. He's homeless. He wanders around. Okay, his name's like Aaron. I don't know. It might be actually Aaron. Yeah. Anyway, and he's in love with this.
This sounds like Peter Jackson stole this.
Yeah, fucking Petey Jacks. He stole this shit. Only his friends can call him Petey Jacks. I actually know Petey Jacks personally. Yeah, Petey Jacks stole this shit. Well, actually, fucking JFK Tolkien, he stole this shit and he wrote a book about it. And then Petey Jacks stole it. That's JFK Tolkien. So yeah.
Wow.
That's and JFK Tolkien's actually George R.R. Martin's like second cousin or something. They write like similar shit. But yeah, anyway, Craigifer Jones, he throws the bracelet away.
Okay.
And then he like goes and he retires in like Reno, Nevada or something. It's somewhere out west.
Why Nevada?
I don't know, White Sands. He likes the desert, dry climate. He was kind of sickly, so the dry climate might help him out with like breathing issues. Oh, he got shanked. At one point, he was in some kind of a bar fight, and these goths came up and like shanked him. It was pretty interesting. Also, there's a giant lemur. I don't know why. They got to fight a lemur in a cave. Yeah. Any other questions about Craigifer Jones and the king of the magic race?
I like that, but yeah, people, there's the Craigifer Jones movie you can watch. That one that our old token stole, and Killer Klowns is on Netflix. But of course, we're not gonna end the show just yet. We always got to do our last segment, the Untitled segment idea. So without further ado. So, since we started with... Dogs! This time, probably dogs. But So yeah, we do the Untitled segment. I started it first. So let's go, Robin. Why did I go? Robin, there. What did you recently last, saw, watched, listened to, ate,
Well, I've been playing the Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War open beta, where it's the early access for PlayStation, and I will say that it's different. It seemed like I think I just was in a bad mood when I started playing it because I was getting killed really fucking easily in this version of multiplayer, and it's harder to get kills in this one too, unlike in Modern Warfare. So I don't know. I still need to keep playing it, but I'm probably gonna play a little bit of it later after the show. But that's what I've been playing.
Not bad.
So that's my thing.
Nice. Not bad. Oh, Will, what have you recently watched, seen, ate, and etc.
Well, I've started rewatching The West Wing because it's a series that I really like. Great actors in it. But also, and I was just learning this today, HBO is going to have the original cast, with the exception of the actor who played Leo McGarry, John Spencer. With the absence of John Spencer, because John Spencer, of course, passed away in 2005. But the original cast with cameos from a lot of big political movers and shakers. I believe Michelle Obama was mentioned.
Whoa.
I believe Bill Clinton was mentioned with Bill Clinton. But Bill Clinton is a thing. Okay. He's important. He's a former president. It's like, hey, they're getting him as a cameo. That's kind of cool. But Michelle Obama? Okay. So they're going to have the actors and these people who are going to do cameos. They're going to do a stage performance of a new episode.
Wow.
And I don't know anything about it. I watched the trailer 3 times. Richard Schiff is going to be there. We love Richard Schiff. Robin. Well, if Robin could talk, he would tell you that we love Richard.
You kept cutting in and out.
Well, I think it's on your...
Well, we love Richard Schiff. Okay. So, I've been rewatching The West Wing. And it's really fun.
Nice. Interesting.
I just I'll be honest, you guys kept cutting in and out for me. I don't know what is going on when we do these podcasts now. But all I heard was Will say Richard Schiff, and it cuts off, and I just started laughing.
Because Robin and I love Richard Schiff.
Nice.
Oh my god.
I guess for me, the last thing I just recently played was, they announced the Pikmin 3 Deluxe demo is available on Switch, so I got to play that one. I played Pikmin 3 on the Wii U back in the day, and I fucking love that game. And then just playing this one, it's a really fun game. It's only the first. It ends off with the first boss, and then after that, it's oh, you gotta wait. Which I'm bummed out. I want it to be October 30th because I want to play that game. I want to play that game real bad. Hopefully today, if not tomorrow, I'll be finished with The Boys season 2. I haven't finished that show yet, but the first season got me real hooked in, and I've only seen half of the second season, and I need to finish it. So it's still good so far, which I'm happy about. But Pikmin 3 Deluxe demo. That's what I was playing recently, and it's a lot of fun. If you got a Switch, download it, play it for a bit, see if you like it or not. But I love it. But, yeah. Very good. With with that out of the way, any last words, fellas? Any last things you guys want to say?
Well, we do have to talk about what movie we're gonna watch for next week.
Oh yeah, that is true. My bad. Oh fuck, that's on my part. So
second day in a row.
I know. My stupid brain. But yeah, so last time Robin was the one who picked Killer Klowns from Outer Space, and we watched it. So next on the wheel is Will. Nope, finger this way. There we go. Will, what movie are you gonna recommend us to watch?
I'm recommending a classic. I'm recommending a classic. I'm recommending The Witches, which they're going to make a remake of.
Oh, that was kind of a surprise one. Okay.
Yeah.
Where can we watch it?
It is on Netflix.
Okay.
Okay.
That's what I was thinking.
The Witches it's a 1990 film.
Ooh.
And it's a classic. It stars Angelica Houston, who is amazing. Also Rowan Atkinson. I mean, it's a great movie. It's a little aged, but you know what? It's a good one. I've actually watched it fairly recently, but I think it'll be a good one for us to discuss after we rewatch it and, talk to everybody about.
Yeah. I really like that pick. It's based on the Ronald Dahl book, The Witches.
Yeah. I was going to recommend we watch Hocus Pocus, but we would have to pay money for that because I can't find Hocus Pocus anywhere. I own Hocus Pocus on DVD, but like...
I think the only place that we can watch in terms of streaming is on Disney Plus.
In terms of streaming, so if you have Disney Plus, you could probably watch it there, or you can rent it for like $3 on Amazon.
True that.
But because I don't like doing that, I'm gonna say we watch The Witches.
Nice.
Which is a good one, and they're making a remake of it. So
yeah, and we.
I don't know when the remake's coming out, obviously, but
I believe it's this month. It's either this month or next month.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, I think. Don't quote me on that, but we'll talk about that one in the next episode. So yeah, for you guys at home, if you want to see the movie and then you could listen to our spoiler stuff about The Witches, Ronald Dahl's The Witches, the original one. Just tune in next week on our episode of the as we talk about that one and other stuff. But with that, guys, any last words you guys want to say? Anything you guys want to promote?
Yes. It is going. If you live in Texas, if you live in the United States, early voting is coming up.
Talking.
And Edgar, can you hear me all right?
Yeah, I can hear you good.
Okay, so I'm just cutting out for Robin.
Yeah.
So early voting is coming up. Check with your state. If you are not registered to vote yet, you might still be able to vote. Get registered to vote. If you're registered to vote, vote early. Avoid lines. Wear your masks. Engage in democracy, folks. It's how we get good change in the world. That's my message. Robin?
Yeah, October 13th, Texas is early voting. If I don't cut off again, follow me on Twitter at RobinYourT1000.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Capital R, capital T, and we'll see you guys on the next one.
Yeah, you can also see right there. Will's got Twitter down. He's got a Twitter right there, and then we got Robin's right over here. But of course, guys, with that all due, I love you all. I hope you guys can tune in next week. If not, you can if you weren't able to catch this video and you're here in the last minute as well, you can catch it on YouTube. Or if you're watching on YouTube right now, make sure to to subscribe or follow on Twitch. Let me know what you guys think of this. Love you all, and you guys.
Hey Edgar, before we sign off,
Yes.
Edgar,
Yes.
why don't you hip the people to the last week's episode one more time? That way they can find us on the YouTube real easy.
Yes.
And they should go back and watch last week's episode. They can hear all about our thoughts on Steve and Craigifer Jones and the not so safe big ass lizard resort.
Absolutely.
I mean, guys, it's a classic episode. It only came out last week, but it has, some people talk about diamonds in the rough. Baby, this is all diamond.
Yeah.
All right. Edgar, take us out like I know you will.
Absolutely. With that out of the way, you guys have a good night, a good day. Love you all. Take care. Bye-bye.
Peace.
Bye.
Adios, ladies and Señor Clown, no!
No! Pizza!